we're live.
Yay.
Hello, everybody. Donnellsstitchery here, and I got my good friend Tracy from So Supportive over here with me today. How you doing, Tracy?
I'm good. It's a
So, would you
lovely
like to
day
talk?
here today.
Oh, definitely. So, would you like to talk a little bit about your channel and
Sure.
tell everybody a little bit more about yourself? So, before we get started.
Sure. My name is Tracy Mooney. I've been quilting since the early 90s, actually. That sounds so old. Um,
I won't tell
and
anybody.
um, and I started my channel last fall, mainly because I love YouTube a lot and I watch it an awful lot. I have rheumatoid arthritis and I have Sjogren's syndrome, so two autoimmune disorders. And so when I'm not feeling well enough to sew, I like to watch sewing videos, but who's kidding? I watch sewing videos all the time, all the time. And so I decided that, that I wanted to do a project. It kind of started out as I have been working in the quilting industry for, let me think, I have to add 13 years. And I have so many projects that are half done or tops or things like that. And so
No,
my
really.
my initial goal for my channel was to be accountable for all of these UFOs that I've got. However, the secondary part of my channel is that I really have a strong focus on people with chronic illness, people who have ADHD like I do, and and just sort of I'm creating a kind of comfortable, soft space where there's no judgment and you just make progress as you can and work on things as you can, and also share some of the tools that I've discovered over the years that help me to continue to quilt and sew, even though I have these illnesses that sometimes make my hands not work very well.
Aw. Well, I'm so sorry you got those struggles.
Well, it is what it is. There are an awful lot of people who develop autoimmune disorders or other chronic illnesses or even just chronic pain. And I think that sewing is a really wonderful outlet,
Oh,
not only
definitely.
for your creativity, but also that it has a lot of health benefits. So,
Yes. And excuse me, I am just putting your information into my Nightbot for the guest link. So that way
okay,
there,
great.
because that right now it does not has not been updated since I had John from Art East on here. Oops.
Oopsie.
Bad, bad host. Alrighty, so that is now updated. So if anybody would like to subscribe to Tracy's channel, which I highly recommend you do because it's always fun, especially whenever we're like me and a few of her big time supporters battle over the number one crown slot and everything. Debbie Brown,
Yeah.
I'm calling you out.
It's pretty funny. You guys are
And
pretty
the first
competitive.
time she did that, I was actually in the middle of a call and came back over to the chat at like through half of the conversation. I'm like, well, hold up. What do we do? What's going on here? My name got called out. What's going on?
You were number one and they wanted your spot. So
Everybody wants to take out number one.
yeah, it's true. It's true.
All right. So in the chat, we have Michelle's Crafts and More, Vintage Style by Joe, Mary G, Miss Linda, Iris Cell Lady, Katie Crafts, Marlene Hinton. Sorry about that. Marlene Hinton, Deb Cornell, Lily, and Dubravka, and Nanette. Good morning to each and every one of you guys.
Good
Now,
morning.
my normal viewers all know my Sunday mornings are usually a little on the slow side. It's usually like very laid back. I'm normally doing English paper piecing, but I seen this project that Tracy was working on, and I had I'm like, I got fabric that's not designated to anything yet that I could use this for. It'd be super cute. So it is, I printed mine out in black and white version. Tracy's got the color version
Mhm.
because I didn't feel like playing with my color ink.
Oh, no worries.
So this is a free pattern through Moda Fabrics and
Mhm.
it's called Village. The link for it is in the description box
Mhm.
below. If you guys would like to do along, I just got done cutting mine out of charm packs that I had sitting around. Turns out I had two partial charms. One was probably almost a full charm. The other one's a partial charm of Island Boutique Fabrics, Love and Kisses, as well as Wonderland. And so that, and I used some cotton fabric that I have for my backgrounds for like the sky and everything. So this here is what mine's going to come out like
Mhm.
roundabout because got lots of different colors in here.
Yeah, I'll hold up what a block looks like.
That is so adorable.
Yeah, so they're just super fun. You need two charms for to make a block, but you have a little bit extra after that. And they're super fun to cut. And
And
since you're
super
starting with
easy.
5-inch squares, it's super easy. I think the charm, what did we say it was? Like it's 5 by 7 or something like that finished each
I
block.
do believe so. Let me double
Yeah,
check.
I'll look in the pattern.
5.5 by 7 unfinished.
Yeah.
So it'll wind up being
Oh
five
yeah,
by
so
six
it'll
and a
be
half
five by
finished.
6.5. Yes. So they're super fun, and it's just fun to sort of use up. You can do scraps as well. I know several
Yeah.
people who just cut their scraps into the squares needed. And it's just fun. It's fun to
And
just
there
play
is
with
even
your
a like a
fabric.
little step in there where if you wanted to add a chimney to it, you
Hmm.
could. I'm like, we're not going that far.
No.
Sunday morning is
No, thanks.
for nice and relaxation, not for
Yes.
complication.
Right. And I see I've never even gone to like down to that section of the instructions to look at how to insert that. It's not complicated to insert.
No, it's not. And it's actually, it tells you how to go about doing it by using like cutoffs from other things.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
So
Because there is a
I,
little bit of waste with this
not
project,
much. I
but
mean,
it's not much. Yeah.
for my charm pack squares, I had like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not even saving that, which is like, I'm like, it is literally 1 inch wide.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm not saving that.
So I mean, you could if you wanted to save it, but I'm not saving it either.
No, no. That's like a la 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 la
Yeah,
la
it's,
la.
it's just that's too small for us, so we're not going to bother with
And
that.
some people would wind up putting that into doggy beds, like chopping it up into really small
Mhm.
pieces, putting it into doggy beds, or to do make trims with. It 1 inch is good for making a really thin sashing, but I'm not doing all that.
Mm-mm.
This is gonna be easy sew, not stressful sew. So let's see here. We have Amanda from Stitching Live Together. Girl, I miss your live streams. When are you coming back to us? Let's see. I know she's been ill a lot lately, so
Mm.
make sure I haven't missed anyone else. And good morning, Sylvia. And yo, Patty G. All right, so if you guys do exclamation guest, that'll drop the link for Tracy's channel. Now I am moving my mouse out of my way so that way there we can get busy sewing.
Yes.
Because I mean, it's Sunday, we gotta sew.
Yes.
I've had too many live streams lately where I just sit and talk and do absolutely nothing.
Well, I feel like I've been somewhat productive because I only work on this project when I'm live. And I've been going live every Thursday morning for the past few weeks. And so I've
Which
got
I absolutely love, by the way.
I appreciate that. I had only started with going, I originally was like, I'll go once or twice a month, but that by unanimous vote decided that it needed to be weekly. And so, but that's fine because we get the project done. But I also just tell people you don't need to work on, you don't need to work on this project. If you've got something else you're working on, that's fine.
Oh, definitely. Or just like I do. Just hang out while we're working.
And you were not the only one, but we whisper
No,
every
I
time we
found
say it,
out
like,
I have a partner in crime the other day.
yes, you did.
I was like, ooh, I'm not the only one.
Right.
It's so funny when you said that in your video and everything. I'm like, she called me out.
I said it quietly. Said it quietly so that your boss would know.
Now you're part of Back to the Basics collab with
I
Donna.
am. Yes. I got
Now, when does your
invited
first
by
video come
Amy
out?
Dement, and because she knew that we had met at trying to think of, I think we met at market, at quilt market. It was either quilt market or quilt festival about 2 years ago, and she knew that I was starting the channel and invited me along because Donna needed one more person for the sew along. So
So when does your first video come out?
my first video comes out on April. Off the top of my head, I'm like, I think it's the 8th of April.
Ooh, which would
So
be
it's
like
coming
two
up.
days before my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
my first
so
one
should
comes
be
out
fun.
March 25th. So
Uh-huh.
I already recorded. I just gotta do a couple of tweaks to it and then get it uploaded
Hmm.
and put
I
on all
haven't
that good
recorded
information
mine
to it.
yet. I was planning to work on that this week so that I make sure that everything is the way I want it to be.
Yeah. I had decided that I was like, okay, you know what? I'm like, mine's in March, so let's go ahead and get this recorded, which was like the last weekend of February where I recorded mine because I'm like, okay, I'm like, I need this video for March, so let's go ahead and get it done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like that way
Understandable.
there if I need to do a couple of takes and I got time.
Yes, exactly. What's your first one on?
It is going, so I'm not going to give everything away on it, but it's going to be a
Uh-huh.
star
Nice.
and it's going to be scrappy.
Excellent.
Yes. So people know me. I'm not usually all that great with scrappy. I got to have some sort of coordination to go along with it.
Uh-huh.
So this is going to be an organized scrappy, which would be a lot of fun.
Right.
But that's all I'm giving out for it.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
want to tell all the secrets.
Understandable.
And I love the fact that we are sending Donna the blocks
Mm-hmm.
that we make for it. So that way there she can stitch them up and it will be gifted to somebody at the end.
Which is wonderful.
Because she's going to I think she said Google Forms
Uh-huh.
and do it as a giveaway,
Nice.
which would be really cool.
I can't wait to see what it's going to look like. Because there's only really one like cohesive thing about the whole quilt. We're allowed to do whatever colors we want.
Yes. Yeah, the only thing that she asked is that we used white background.
Yeah. And they said preferably like a white on white.
Yeah, which is what I used was a white on white.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got a whole bolt of that. So
Oh,
okay.
I've got a bunch of like fat quarters and fat eighths of that I picked up somewhere along the way.
It's
So
so funny how fat quarters just seem to find their way into our homes.
it's like quilting candy.
Like, oh, where did you come from? Hello, nice to meet you. Or we find one that's all by itself in the store and we're like, oh, it's
Oh,
so lonely. You need to come home with me.
exactly.
Thank you, Rita. She's been a member for 5 months of my channel. Thank
Nice.
you. And hello, Brenda. And anyone else I've missed, hello. If you would like to subscribe to Tracy's channel, it is a wonderful, wonderful channel to come and hang out and watch. So do exclamation guest and that'll drop her link. And if you're watching on the replay, it is also in the description box of this video. That way there you can go subscribe to her channel and hang out, and you will find me over there on Thursday mornings
Danelle
in
is
the
always
chat.
there when I am live. You are always there. And often the
Yeah.
first one there.
Yeah, there may be times where I'm not very chatty, but I'm always lurking at the very least. You will always find me in the corner somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't I feel like I haven't done very well this past month. I've added to my UFO pile rather than subtract.
Yeah, I may have joined you. You and your
It's all
influence
good.
at the pretty houses.
Oh my gosh.
Because
Well,
I
I
wasn't going to start any new projects until I had more knocked off of my list. And then I seen the houses and having you
yes,
on, I'm like,
it's so cute.
ooh,
I
I'm
know.
like, I got fabric that I could use to try and take care of that with and get more fabric out of my room.
Yeah, I mean it helps to de-stash, right?
Yes.
And
I'm like, who
I
doesn't need more baby quilts to
I
try
know. And that's
to
really
quilt up
smart to
later?
actually do this as baby a baby quilt.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing mine as, because I did not have enough of the charm packs and I didn't want to chop up my fat quarters. So I'm like, I'm just gonna make houses and add whatever stashing I need in between them to make it work for baby quilts.
Mm-hmm. So this pattern came out in 2015 or 2016, I want to say. And it was like all the rage. It was all over Instagram. And so I bought the pattern back then and started working on it back then.
Oh
And
wow.
I didn't, I mean, the funny thing is I only had a couple of houses together, but I've got like a stack of the bottom part of the houses, and then I had a stack of the roofs. And so now working on it, I guess I had 33. I must have had close to 33 blocks ready to sew together, because that's how many I've got done. And I had run out of all of my roofs. I still have some house bottoms, but needed more of the sky and roof parts. So that's what I'm working on today. So I've got all these silly things. This one's,
Ooh, I love that orange fabric. That is so
isn't that
pretty.
great? Yeah.
Is that like meteors going
Yeah.
through the?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah. And so I chose, and my charm pack for the sky part is all ombre. It's all Kona, I think. Yeah, it's Kona, and it was an ombre charm pack like this. So all of the skies will be different colors, and I'm gonna do it like
Aw.
gradated so that I haven't decided if it's gonna be dark towards the top or dark towards the bottom. Probably dark towards the bottom. And so that's what I've got. But I had loads of fun picking out my favorite charm packs for this project. And
Oh, definitely.
I've had them in a little bin in my room that I've just sort of stitched on every once in a while for almost 10 years. So now this one's going to get done. And then my good friend Debbie Brown, her channel is Debbie Brown Quilts. She actually does a lot of quilting, like how to quilt quilts, and she just finished her houses. So she's going to do a tutorial on how to quilt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's
watching
the
her
first
on her
one.
last live stream, and I love the little stencils that she uses.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They are
I
so
bought
cute.
some. I bought some from her after she did the heart pop quilts. And I just thought I can do that. That seems to make it like super easy. And you don't really have to think too hard about what the motif is that you're sewing.
Yeah, like I just recently started doing free motion quilting,
Mm-hmm.
and right now I just do like the meandering
Uh-huh.
because I like the fact that it's so like just mindless.
Yes.
I'm like
That's
la da
it.
da da da
That's
da
really
da.
cozy too. It's like
Yeah,
not too
it's so
hard.
funny because I'll put on some Reba and listen to
Uh-huh.
her and be jamming out to her while I'm going, and it's like a perfect rhythm
Nice.
for my hands and feet.
That's great.
So I got some doorways done,
Cute.
and I am
That's
just
gonna be
finger
so nice
pressing for
with
right
batik.
now because it's petites and it works very easily with petites to finger press.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna be so nice. The Island Batik fabric is so beautiful.
It is. It is gorgeous fabric. And at times I do regret selling all my batik fabric.
You sold all of it? Just decided you didn't want it anymore?
I went through a moment where it's like I'm not because I made up a tree batik quilt for myself.
Huh?
And but it's not exactly the or a quilt, but it's not exactly the warmest.
Oh,
I don't
interesting.
know what it is about that quilt, but it's like I struggle to get warm underneath it, so that's I've
Oh,
designated that as my summertime quilt.
gotcha. What kind of batting did you use?
Ah, whatever I found on Amazon, to be
Okay.
honest. I have no idea. It was at the beginning of my quilting
Mm-hmm.
life.
Yeah,
So I probably used some cheap batting that I found
right.
on Amazon
Oh, I
before I learned
completely
what
understand
quality
that.
was really about.
Yeah, yeah. When I started quilting, all I used was like polyester because that was what I could find easily back then. And then eventually I switched over to cotton. And then now I really like wool batting, but that's definitely a bit more spendy and a little bit harder to find sometimes.
Yes. My favorite is bamboo,
Oh yeah.
but I only use that in mine and my husband's quilts because it's a little bit more expensive,
Yeah.
unless the customer is willing to pay the extra for it.
Uh-huh.
Because I do customer quilts,
Uh-huh.
like the teddy bear one that I've had
Mm-hmm.
on the back
Yeah.
behind me for a while now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a customer one for my adopted grandma next door. And so
Aw.
I'll be getting that quilted up this week. I got so much stuff I gotta do outside of my sewing room today, so I don't know how much I'm gonna be in here for after my live stream.
That's okay. Being in here a little bit is better than not.
Yes. Just like I always tell my husband and son, I need at least 1 hour a day in here
Mm-hmm.
after work. So that way there, I call that my woo-saw time.
Mm-hmm.
Even if all I'm doing is just sitting in here and watching YouTube videos of sewing and quilting, then okay. So Brenda, are you asking me or are you asking Tracy? Let's see. Katie Crest says I added 5 quotes to my to-do list yesterday. Yikes. Oh, girly, girly, girl. So Wednesday, my Wednesday live stream, guys, expect some fun bots opening.
Ooh.
If it comes at within the time frame that I believe it will, expect a bots opening. I'm not telling what it is, but if y'all know what I've been excited for, waiting for, y'all will know what it is. But I ain't telling. You just go ahead to come see because it's gonna be a box opening and with lots of goodies from what I understand. And as all it sounded.
Love it.
And if the mill distribution center decides to prolong the wait of it, they're going to get an earful. Let's see. Oh, okay. So Brenda Foley is asking. She's seen on your page that you did EPP by machine,
Mm-hmm.
and she's wanting to know if you can give a little bit of an explanation of that.
Oh, sure.
Because I do
So,
EPP every Sunday on my channel normally. So
gotcha. Okay. So I love doing the fabric on the paper pieces, like I love that part and I usually glue based. And However, the doing the whip stitching and doing the hand sewing isn't that much fun to me. And years ago, I saw a video. It was from a store in California called Cotton and Chocolate. And they were teaching people and actually selling little kits uh, to use clear thread in the top of your machine and use a tiny, tiny zigzag. And you just butt the two hexagons, any shape piece, really, the two pieces together, and you do a tiny zigzag so that it hits each side just a little bit. And it looks great. I'm wondering if I've got something close at hand. I'm not sure I do because
Yeah, that video
bunch of
was
things
a
away. I'm like, oh darn it. Um,
yeah, that video was a while ago too.
yeah, it
So
was a while ago, and I did a Christmas stocking that way. I have a table. Oh, I have a table. No, it's in the. I can't get to that either. I'm like, darn it, what do I have? Because I did have a bunch of little pieces that I have as examples, and if I could think of where I put them, I'll grab them. But that's what I do. I don't use clear thread generally because I don't love it, and I want it to still be sort of have that
yeah,
look.
I have actually bought invisible thread before, and it just made it more of a strain on my poor eyes to even see it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, no, we're not going to do this.
Well, and what the way that I do it, like you can usually see the hole in the fabric more than you can see the thread. And so I just tend to try and pick something that's close to at least one of the colors that I'm stitching together. And then it
Yes.
blends in really well. And I use an 80 weight thread and a small needle, and it works really, really well. And every machine is different. So you really just sort of have to play around with it. The downfall of it is that it does tend to mess up the paper, so you can't really reuse them. But it does get the look of hand sewing. Like it looks a little bit like a whip stitch, or it looks like a tiny zigzag. But you can also use whatever stitch on your machine you really like, and it works really well. And so that's what I do. And after I'm finished, after I get them together, I pull the paper out just like usual, and then I'll quilt it. And it works really, really well. I've got a video on my channel on how to do it, and it goes into detail and it shows you what the finished
Yeah, that
product
was,
looks like.
I had to admit, because I love my EPP. So,
Mhm.
but that is actually the very first video of yours I ever watched.
Oh, really? And that's
Yes.
why it popped up, because it was EPP and you do EPP.
Well, I first watched your channel because of the fact that I first went over and explored your channel whenever I seen you were on the list of creators.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, I've never heard of this person. Let me go check him out. Because I want to work on getting each one of the creators over here
Mm-hmm.
for
As a
just like
guest.
a sit down and sew and
Mm-hmm.
chat or whatever. So I'm doing that as well as also searching out all of the guy creators
Mm-hmm.
to get them on as well. So doing a couple of different things at once.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like the first bit. I was looking through all your videos. I'm like, ooh, EPP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I used like a contrasting thread. I think I used white thread in that one, and I was stitching on like red hexagon so that you could really see what it looked like, but it blends in really, really well. And then there have been some that I did. I actually was, so I used to be an editor for Quilt Maker magazine and a few other magazines over the years. And in our office, we actually filmed Love of Quilting TV in the office. And I want to say it was, I'm guessing it had to be 2021 because it was after COVID, but there were two guests that ended up getting COVID and couldn't come. And so they needed to fill up slots where they had guests because they film it over the course of 1 week. The entire season gets filmed in 1 week.
Yeah.
And so I ended up doing English paper piecing by machine, and I had to quickly get some projects done, but I did one using invisible thread. I did one using decorative stitches. And then I think I even showed a different technique where you can actually just take the hexagons and you can sandwich them together like you would any sewing, except you start and end a quarter of an inch away from the the start of the seam.
Oh,
and
awesome.
and that way you can also sew them together. And if you've got a fancy machine where you can actually program stitches, the way that I learned to do that was you just count how many stitches it takes for that length of a hexagon or a triangle or whatever shape that you're doing, or a diamond. And you can program your machine to, start the stitch, do that many stitches, and then, tie off and cut it if you've got a fancy machine that does that. And so, yeah, so it's totally doable. And if you're one of those people who really likes to do, the basting part, but you've got a whole stack of hexagons and you haven't sewn them into a quilt yet, it's a great way to finish things.
Definitely. Yeah, me, I prefer the hand stitching,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I like the hand stitching because I can do it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, including on the couch, whenever my guys are watching their flying drones videos or whatever else that I have zero
That's what
interest
they
in, but
like.
they want me.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I actually was sort of fantasizing this morning that I might start a hand sewing project. I haven't done hand sewing in a really long time, just because my hands are like, my fingers can swell up a lot,
Well, I
and
mean, you have a really good reason why you don't.
yes, but you know what? I still would like to do something at night when sometimes I'm
And it would be good for your hands in a way because it'll keep that muscle memory.
true. True. I think the biggest problem that I have sometimes is that my fingers swell up or aren't quite as swollen, and my thimble slips. And they don't
See, I
really.
don't even use a thimble because to me, that's just, I like having the feeling in my
Uh-huh.
hands of what's going on.
I understand
And I
that.
feel like a
Yeah.
dog and puppies. I mean, a
Uh-huh.
dog and booties if I put
Uh-huh.
a thimble on my hand. I've even tried like the little thimble tape.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, this ain't working.
I get that. That's how I learned. Back in the 90s, people still hand quilted everything. And so I learned a lot of hand sewing back then. I did my applique by hand. I did the quilting by hand. And yeah, it's just what we did. And so
Oh, definitely.
I got very used to using a thimble.
Yeah,
And
I've tried and tried. I've tried multiple different ones, including like the little tape that you put
uh-huh.
on the little thing dots that you put on your fingers. I've
Yeah,
tried the gauze
I got some of those.
self-adhesive gauze thingy that you put
Uh-huh.
around. It's just none
I
of
don't
it
think I
works for
would
me.
like that.
Yeah, it's just like none of it's working for me. I'm like, screw it. Just give
Yeah.
me I'll just, I'm like, after a while, I won't feel it. So it's okay.
The dot I just don't feel is like quite grippy enough to grip the needle. It's grippy on your finger for sure. But I
Yeah.
just don't like the way that, like, I feel like it slips. I feel like somewhere I've got a silicone one, but I don't know what I did with it. And I haven't seen those in a while. And so I
Now,
think that
one I
might be
would
a
like,
better choice.
yeah, the one I would really, truly love to get
Mm-hmm.
is one of the ones those really fancy ones, like how Amy DeMett got, and I
Mm-hmm.
saved that person's thing so I could be able to get myself
Yes,
one because
I have one
it,
of those.
I don't know if I'd ever use it, but it's just pretty.
Yes, I wonder if I've got it here. I
That's like one of those purchases where it's like it would just be because it's pretty.
Oh yeah, it's like jewelry. I mean, essentially you're
Yeah.
buying jewelry.
And I highly doubt I would ever even use it, but
It works pretty well. The owner of that place, was it Thimbles for You?
I think so.
And she's really great. And I might bring it with me next time that she's at a show and see if I can have her fit it for me in person. She did a virtual fit for me. Um, we we ended up doing kind of a commercial for her, and so I was gifted one.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So I'll show you what I got. I have one with like a little acorn on it.
Oh, yes, that is exactly one that I
Yeah.
was talking about. I want that honeybee one.
Oh, she didn't have a honeybee one when I got this one. I totally would have gotten a honeybee.
Yeah, I want the honeybee one because being beekeeper, I gotta have honeybee.
You're a beekeeper?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh, I did that for a while. Some friends and I all chipped in and we got all of the equipment and we had a hive for probably about 4 years.
Oh, awesome.
And then unfortunately we had to move the hive and it didn't go well. And
Yeah, the past couple of years we've lost hives and always had to
mhm,
replace them,
mhm,
but which can be expensive.
yeah.
But I mean, it's more of a hobby that my husband and son do than what I do.
Mhm.
But it's all good because I use the wax to make stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I make wax for thread conditioning. I make lip
Uh-huh.
balms.
Oh, that's great.
Yup. And I make it to sell. So
Uh-huh.
like the thread conditioner one, I have my son create a 3D printed box
Uh-huh.
for that the wax mold would sit inside of.
Uh-huh.
And I that's all that's available on my Etsy shop.
Oh, I love it. I'll have to look at your Etsy shop. That's great.
Yeah, my son is really good about making the 3D prints. I'm actually about to be adding more stuff to it. Just got some pictures and
Hmm.
everything. So I'm
That's awesome.
about to be adding to it. So that way there, that'd be there. I'm like, it's time to start getting my stuff into my shop.
Because that's the point of having a shop, right?
Yeah, it's like, a lot of my really cool stuff is not even up on there. I'm like, I got lazy or something. Got busy catching
Ooh.
up on all my quilts that I didn't get anything added up into my shop for months now. So it's time to get that a little updo.
Nice. I think I'm like one seam away from the end of the spool.
Uh-oh.
Very excited about
Will
it.
she make it? Will
I'm
she
not so
win the
worried about
bot?
if I'll make it. I'm just happy that I finished this bullet thread. I've got an
Definitely.
excessive amount of thread.
Is it the one the large cones or?
No, no, it's
Okay,
just
just
a
one normal size,
regular,
smaller spool.
yeah, normal spool.
Yeah, I pretty much only use the large cones
Hmm.
just because they last longer for me.
Yeah. There isn't really one color that I use enough to warrant buying a big cone, except for maybe white, but
Well, I use
it's
white, black, and cream, and I use those all for piecing.
mm-hmm. That's smart. I'm gonna be all set with some roofs for Thursday's live.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just putting a few of these together at a time. Figure if I do a little bit at a time, then I should be good. And plus, that way there I'll have some houses to show off today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, see, I doing it too. Dang FOMO.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Hello, Sandra and Sheila and Laura. Let's
Hello,
see.
everyone.
Brenda says, oh my goodness. Brian said to take the machine to work and sew on break.
Woohoo! Empty spool, empty spool.
Yay!
Yay!
Now, what do you have a kind of thread that you prefer to use,
You know
or
what's really interesting is I've had to switch.
what?
Yeah, so I bought a machine last year, and I bought a Brother Luminaire, and I have been an avid Aurifil thread user for years, for more than 10 years. And my machine doesn't really like Aurifil. And I don't know what it is about it. So I've been sort of like trying to see if I need to like just figure out if it was maybe the needle or something like that it didn't like, but my thread kept breaking. So currently I've been using 4-piecing Quilter Select 80 weight, because it's really nice and thin.
Uh-huh.
Like that. But it's been kind of super sad because I've got a ton of Aurifil that it's just my machine hasn't been liking it.
Aw,
Yeah,
that's sad.
it is sad. It looks like I'm gonna have to clean out my machine. Do you know what I learned this week?
What did you learn?
I learned that if you don't clean out your machine frequently and it gets a lot of lint, the lint soaks up the oil in your machine.
And then becomes a gunky mess.
Yeah, but then it also makes your machine run dry.
Yes. See, but my machine, I don't really ever had to oil mine.
And I've got a machine like that too. Bernina's are different in that you have to oil them, and you have
Yeah.
to it'll ask for oil, and you have to kind of come up with your own
Yeah,
regular
my old
oiling
Singer,
stuff.
I always had to oil as well.
Yeah.
So whenever I got my Juki, which is what I use all the time
Mm-hmm.
now, and I got her, I'm like looking around for somewhere to oil it. And I'm like, so I pulled up a bunch of
Yeah.
videos. I'm like, this thing
Yeah.
doesn't need to be oiled.
Yeah.
I'm like, you are from a different planet.
I
I
know.
like, I'm
It's
like, I
strange, isn't
like you.
it?
You're simple.
Yeah, it's interesting how different machines have different requirements, and I'm guessing that we just have to be good about bringing it in for tune-ups occasionally so that the parts get oiled inside of it. But it's
Definitely.
nice that it doesn't need.
Now, if anybody has any questions for Tracy, just put it in the chat and tag either me or Tracy on it. So that way there I can ask her if she doesn't have it up. So,
I don't actually.
and that's okay because I can read it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not even sure if.
So I know you're using today for your prep for Thursday.
Yes.
So would anybody like to see my rooftops?
I would. Cute.
So I got 4 of that fabric, and then so far one of this one here. Get off of there, fuzzy. So I'm
Cute.
making all of my purple batiks the rooftops. The pink or cream is all going to be my door,
Mhm.
and then the blues are my sides.
Nice.
So I'm just going to go ahead and get a few
So
of
you
these.
really do like to plan out your scrappiness.
Yes. Yeah, I don't like just being on the whim and just going with it. I gotta have some sort of organization with it.
See, and mine's all willy-nilly, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I tried it before and my brain could not couldn't
I mean,
compute.
it's what your whatever your brain likes is
My
right.
brain is like, no. Like we need
See,
something to coordinate, whether it be in the theme, the color, something.
mine is willy-nilly, but when I put it together, that's when my brain will go into overdrive. Because it likes to organize it then.
Yeah, like I've done some stuff scrappy, but it's like I gotta have something that brings it together.
Hmm. Okay, that is plenty in there. My goodness.
Is it just going over there going all sorts of crazy on you?
No, no. I decided that I would switch my thread color to like a pale gray, and so I needed to switch out my bobbin. And then when I went to switch out the bobbin, I realized there was a thread that was showing up that looked like it was stuck somewhere. So
Oh no.
yes, so we can't have that.
Now, do you press your seams a certain direction or do you press them open?
I usually press to the dark.
Okay.
But sometimes I press them open.
Yeah, I
It
like to
really
do mine
depends.
open.
Hmm. For me, it depends upon bulk. So it's all about the bulk. If it's too bulky, then I'll take the extra effort and press them open. Otherwise, I'll just do to the dark.
Yeah, I started off with just doing open seams, like to reduce bulk and like pinwheels and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And now I've gotten to a habit where now, unless I'm like in a really lazy mood, now I just do all open seams.
That makes sense. Okay, let's get rid of all this lint off my table.
Yes, gotta have a clean surface to work.
Yes. All right, here's my bobbin. My chair is very squeaky today. I apologize if you can hear me squeaking.
So do you have anything fun coming up on your channel?
Let's see. I I don't know that I've got anything fun. I'm like a super chatty person.
Which I love. I love this.
I feel like you're either a person who likes chatty videos or you don't like chatty videos, and there's not really much in between. So, luckily, I've only gotten, um, I think, two comments about me being too chatty, and I'm just like, just move along. Just I'm not your person.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I'm
be
sorry.
talking about things
If you
that's
watch someone's content and it's not for you, then there's no need for a mean comment.
no, you don't need to.
Just go ahead and go somewhere else and find someone that works with what you like.
I actually was watching a video last night, and it was a person who she just started coming up on my feed. I can't even remember her name actually because I've only watched two videos. And she's, on the younger side, but she clearly knows what she's doing. And I think her mom may have been a quilter or so as well. So she has a lot of knowledge. And she was making kind of a poof, like to put her feet on, and
Okay.
she was drafting it from the start and really figuring it out as she went along. And
Those
she
are always fun to do.
she got to a point where she was really unhappy in the project, which happens sometimes when you're working on
Yeah.
something from scratch.
Especially
And
when you're working on it on the whim.
yeah, and she actually went to the trouble and was like, if you want to make a comment and tell me how I should have done it, please don't. Just please don't. She's like, I'm already upset about this, and you likely are going to suggest something that I already thought of but didn't bother to tell you about, because otherwise, if I told you about every single thought that I've had making this project, this video would be way too long. And and
Yeah.
I was like, that's a good point, because I never try to, like, it's pretty rare that I'll make a comment and suggest something if the person hasn't asked for suggestions.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you don't ask for my opinion, I'm not gonna give it.
So, because I just think it can be hurtful, it can be misconstrued. And I always want to tell people, hey, you're doing a good job. Like, don't be
And it
so
could be
upset
very
about it.
discouraging.
Yeah. Like, this should be fun. This is our hobby.
Yes.
it's supposed to be fun. And even if you've made it, a financial thing, or like me, like I'm, do the, have made it my career over the past decade, it's still other people's fun, and so
Yeah, the way I
it's
look at, you
always
know
there.
what? Not everybody needs everyone's opinions.
Right.
And it's just nice to just watch and see different things that are done.
Hmm. Yeah, because different people do things different ways, and that's okay.
Yes. And we all learn different ways too.
Exactly. All our brains are different.
Like
Yeah.
you could see the same blog done through three different creators,
Yeah.
all different ways.
Right.
And it might only be one of them's way that clicks in your head of how to go about doing it. Quasar. Calm down, Big Bird. He's over here going crazy.
The nice thing about this pattern, and I always say it, is that when you do the roofs, they're oversized and you trim them to make them perfect. And I
Yes.
enjoy that. It makes me happy.
Yeah, I just attached one of the roofs and I'm like, ooh, I'm trying to figure out the best way of how I want to press that seam. Right now I'm thinking, I don't know.
Yeah, I just press those out. I press those towards the sky because I
Well,
just really
no, I already made the roofs. I'm
uh
attaching the bottom of the house to
oh
the roof.
yeah. And I forgot how I do it. Sometimes that part seam is a little tricky
Yeah, I'm
because there's
thinking
a whole
just
bunch of parts coming
open.
together.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just gonna do that one open.
It might be smart to do that one open. I
And like I did with
generally
the rest of it all open. We're just gonna do that one open too.
I generally do it towards the roof, but sometimes it like the corners there's so much bulk in the corner there with the flying geese that sometimes it doesn't
Yes.
like it.
Now, that's one thing I hate about flying geese is all the bulk.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. House says you are going to need to evacuate my small cutting mat because I need you.
I got worried. You said evacuate, and I was like, oh no, what's going on?
Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you.
Yeah, I lived in the Midwest for a while, and so we there definitely is a tornado season there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I grew up in Tennessee, so I know all about that tornado season.
Oh yeah. Yeah, actually here we might have, I'm in North Carolina and we are supposed to have some pretty severe weather in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, I heard that.
Like, no,
Because
thank you. I
Michelle is
help.
Crassimore, she also lives in North Carolina.
Who does?
Michelle is Craftimore.
Oh, cool.
Yep, she's also in North Carolina, as well as I think several others in here.
Nice. I just moved here 2 years ago. I still sometimes say a year ago because it seems like that, but it was actually 2 years ago. My in-laws have lived here for almost 30 years and they're in their upper 80s. So we got the opportunity to move here for work and took it because, they need a little help sometimes.
Oh, definitely.
So it's
And it's
just,
always great to be close to family,
yeah, we just feel better being
especially
close to them.
whenever like the family members are like in their older stages
Mhm.
and get to a point where they need more a little extra help.
Yes.
Okay, so I just trimmed down my first one. It
Okay.
is super cute. However, it did not come out to the measurement that they gave. It
Okay.
came out slightly smaller, but that's okay because I'm still
That's
happy with it.
okay.
So cute.
Did you trim it after you sewed it together?
Yes.
I'll see, and that might be it. Because I
Yeah.
think the only part that you're supposed to trim is the roof before you sew it on. And that might be
Oh,
the issue.
yeah, because well, I mean, it's only like like a quarter of an inch off.
Well,
So I'm not
that's
really
fine.
worried about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about it
So
either.
like, because if they all come out different sizes, then which very rarely does my blocks ever come out fully the correct size.
I did a quilt tutorial um, for my channel and realized that I hadn't ever done a project on this sewing machine from start to finish.
Uh-huh.
And I needed to figure out the best way to get my quarter of an inch. And so it was unfortunately trial by fire because I was working on this project that had to be a tutorial. And for a company because they were paying me to do the tutorial. And
It's
so I was like, oh no. And so now I figured it out. I figured out which foot is good. And I've actually figured out more than one way to get a good quarter of an inch. So, but yeah, that's tricky. And every machine is different. And if you get a new machine, you have to start all over again.
yes. Let's see here. Where's my mouse so I can check the chat and get this notification out of my way so I can see my chats.
That's
Let's
helpful.
see. Okay, Lily says that her bending it tells her when it wants oil.
Yeah,
That is cool. I like it when the machines tell you what they want.
when they're smart.
Yes, when they actually verbally or like on the screen or something tells you, "Hey, I need this." Brenda Foley says there's always someone that wants to run everyone's channel. Yes.
Oh, it's so true.
There's always someone out there that thinks that they are the quilt police
Oh my
or
gosh.
the channel police.
Yeah. Yeah. The first negative comment I had, they, they, it was like my first video. They said, I said, too much,
Yeah,
which
I've
to
had
be
people tell
perfectly
me
honest,
that
I
I
did.
shouldn't be baby talking my animals while I'm on my live
Oh
stream.
my gosh. Give me a break.
I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. That's just who I am. If that's not if you can't tolerate seeing that, then you just need to go bye-bye.
Yeah. You just need to, I'm not for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
went
I'm
to
like,
that.
I'm sorry. That's just who I am.
I went to
And
the
I'm not
person.
changing for anybody.
I went to the person's channel and they didn't have a single video. And I was like, when you have a channel, you can tell me how to run my channel. Like
My thing is when you're gonna send me a paycheck,
yes.
you can tell me how to do it.
Yeah,
Until then, I'm doing it how I want to do it.
exactly.
Now, if you have some criticism that is productive, we can have a discussion.
Yeah.
See, Raven says she's still working on her first coffee. Still waiting for the
Nice.
coffee to kick in, Katie says.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvia says, I had that pattern sitting around. Awesome.
Nice.
Raven
You
says,
should join
Tracy, she
in.
liked your log cabin behind you. I do
Oh,
too.
thank you. Thank
That
you.
thing is so cute.
Thank you. I did that for one of the magazines I was the editor of. I did a whole series of log cabins in the magazine. It was Fons and Porter's Quick and Easy Quilts. And we did all log cabins with pre-cuts over the course of a year.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I had some designers. I had one who did it from Charm Packs, one who did it from Jelly Rolls, and then I did it. This one was from a layer cake, and then I did another one with all Tula fabric that's with a fat quarter. or fat quarters, I should say. And so
I was
it
gonna
was,
say that's more than one.
yes, yes. If I remember correctly, if you wanted to do like this with the light side and the dark side, you needed, I think, 32 fat quarters for like
How
we made
many?
a pretty big, like 32.
Oh,
Made a
wow.
pretty big quilt. I want to say it's like a pretty large throw and or maybe twin size. It was pretty big. And the with mine, I did it so that it was as efficient cutting as you could possibly get on whatever size shape it was. So
Oh,
it was pretty
awesome.
funny because I had one of the associate editors who did the tech editing on the fat quarter. Um, one when I told her, she was like, which way do you have the fabric, and how do you do the cuts? And I told her, and she was like, wait, I need to do the math on this. And she just went on a tangent and then figured out, because mine was just all scrappy. And she decided that she wanted to do hers like this with half light and half dark. And she ended up making a color sample with all batiks because she was so impressed that it came out so efficiently.
Oh my gosh.
It was so funny.
That is hilarious. So let's see. Raven. Oh, Michelle wants to know what part of North Carolina do you live in, Tracy?
I live in Greensboro. That's where my
Uh,
in-laws moved, and we've got a couple of my husband's cousins live here as well. So it's nice. It's the first time in a really long time that we've lived in a place that we have family.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're big movers. We've lived in 6 states in 35 years. So
Oh, wow. So what
yeah.
states have you lived in, if you don't mind me asking?
So I grew up in, actually, my husband and I both grew up in New Jersey. We met in Boston. That's where we went to college. And then we lived in California briefly, and then Chicago for about 14 years, and then Colorado, and then here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've only lived in, yeah, I was born in Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
moved down to Tennessee when my mom took me down to Tennessee, and we moved down there when I was like 9 months old.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we had, from there we moved very briefly, like one season, over to North Carolina. And as soon as we experienced the first hurricane, we went back to Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, nope. And the only thing I can remember because I was in third grade was the school was called Smyrna. I have no idea if that has any relevance to anybody on the air location of where we were
Oh,
at, but that is the little school. It was like Smyrna Elementary or something like that.
hmm.
The only thing I can remember.
Do you remember the hurricane?
I remember when we were leaving there,
Uh-huh.
we packed up everything into the car that we could possibly get in there, along with myself, my brothers, and my mom, and we
Wow.
and her ex-husband at the time, or husband at the time, but now ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
And we were trying to get over to Tennessee, and you could see the hurricane behind us,
Oh, wow.
and it was spitting out tornadoes, and we were being chased by the tornadoes.
Oh, gosh. That's scary.
I'm like, oh my gosh. It was like so crazy.
That sounds very scary.
It was scary and crazy and everything else all at the same time.
Yeah.
But I lived to tell another tale.
Yes. Growing up on the East Coast, I've experienced hurricanes, but luckily never one that was really bad.
Yeah. Let's see. Raven says that she would love to see Quasar come out more. Yeah, Quasar's gotten to a point where he likes to bite a lot, so I don't take him out anymore. So, shall we? The only one he is not very bitey at is my husband. And so now my husband and my son are the only two that really handle him. I refuse to get bit because he just likes to bite for fun now. Because he is going through one of his moods. I think he's going through some testosterone right now. So I'm like, look, because I went to go give him a treat one day and he bit me.
That's no good.
And which the treat wound up falling on the floor of his cage. I'm like, well, guess who's not getting a treat today then? Because I'm not putting my fingers in there for you again.
Mm.
I'm like, you want to bite the hand that feeds you? Then you can just not get your goodies. Yeah, once a hurricane comes onto land, Raven, they can spit out tornadoes. They don't always do it, but they can. And that one would just wind up being a bad one that did. And I was like, yeah, nope. Like I can deal with tornadoes, but not hurricanes. Hurricanes I can't see coming. Or I can't like hide in a basement or something from.
Well,
There's
and
like
when you
no
can.
safe space. There's like nowhere to go to be safe from a hurricane from what I've seen. And like, nope, I'm good. I'll deal with tornadoes.
I don't know. Tornadoes scare the bejeebies out of me.
Yes.
I don't like them.
Yeah, the last bad tornado I was ever in, I was close to the end of my pregnancy of my oldest son. And I was in Tennessee at the time visiting my mom. I'm like, get me the out of here. I'm like, take my booty back to Michigan. I am done. Because we were like right on the lake, surrounded by trees, and there was nowhere to go. And lights started flickering and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I'm like, I'm gonna die right here.
Getting through my stack of triangles for roofs. Nice.
Raven says that made Snowmageddon sound like nothing. Definitely. So how are you coming along over there? I just heard you say something about your roofs.
Oh, I got a nice little stack going.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, a bunch done. Got
Yeah,
three
I
more to
am just
go.
putting 4 together at a time.
I've got three more to go, and then I'll trim.
Now, how long do you want to stay on for today? Because we're actually already a little past the hour mark.
Oh, yeah, we can stay on for a few more minutes and then,
Sounds good.
all right.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, I didn't even realize what time it was.
Me either. I looked at the clock and it was still like quarter up.
Yeah, I got the little notification on my watch that said time to get up and move, but it tells me it's like 10 till. And then I just now looked at the clock and it was like, yeah, no, it's no longer 10 till. Now it's like
Oh,
10 after. I'm like, oh, okay.
oh, good.
Yes.
Just happy I got all these done.
right? Now you can be even a step closer to being ready for your stream on Wednesday or
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Whatever day that is.
Thursday.
Okay. I'm just over here trying to make up a new schedule for you. That's all.
You wouldn't be the only one. It's all good. Yeah, but wouldn't you say that these houses are fun to do?
Oh my gosh, yes. They are definitely fun to do. And they're easy to put together too.
Mm-hmm. Easy to cut, easy to sew.
Yeah, I mean, all of the pieces that I cut up today that I showed you,
Mm-hmm.
I cut all this morning since like 9 o'clock this morning.
Nice.
So
Oh, well
super
done.
easy to cut, super easy to pattern to follow. And it's a free pattern.
Yeah.
Pattern is in the description of my video. Or if you go over to Tracy's channel, you can find it in any of hers, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. In my lives where it says village sew along.
And it's a free pattern through Moda. Charm pack friendly. It takes what you said, two charm pack squares
Yeah,
to,
two 5-inch squares for each block, and you'll get a little extra.
and there's even a spot where you can be able to make like little chimneys on them if you want, but I didn't do that.
Me either. I might make a couple. I might throw a couple in just for fun.
Yep,
And
not me.
I love that there are people who make themes for them. Like I've seen ones that were all Halloween fabric. I've seen lots of people
Ooh, little
do
haunted
sort of,
house village.
yeah. And there are people who do like beach themes, so that's a beach houses.
Okay, so when you're sewing these on,
Mm-hmm.
make sure you sew them on in the correct direction because my door is
Your door is floating. Oh, that's funny.
guess what? It's staying like that
It kind
too.
of looks like it's got a walkway.
I'm like, you know what? It's staying like that. So that is going to be just as it is because it is. And sorry for your luck.
It's funny. I used to teach kids classes at my local quilt shop,
Uh-huh.
and when we would sew things, they would have to come to me if they needed to unsew something, and because they were all like 8 to 11-year-olds, so they were little.
Oh, yeah. No seam rippers for them.
Yeah, no seam rippers, no rotary cutters, nothing like that. And so they I would always ask them if they brought up something to me, and if it wasn't quite right, I would say, okay, what do you want to do? Are you okay if you leave that in, or do you need to take it out? And so sometimes they would just go, I can live with that, it's fine. I'm like, okay, then just keep going. But I still remember this one girl came up and she had done something wrong, and I said, what do you want to do? Do you want to leave it in, or do you want to take it out? And she covered her face like this. She went, I can't even look at it like that. And I said, okay, then I'll take care of it, and then you can do it again.
Oh, that poor thing.
I can't even look at it. All right.
Yeah, it's bad if you can't even look at
it. So cute.
it. Definitely. Oh my God. It's like, yeah, it's like that's a little a bit on the dramatic side, but okay. So cute though.
That's fine. Everybody's brain needs something different.
Definitely. And that is what makes it all so wonderful
Hmm.
because so this is how the door should look opposed to how the door did. So this is how the door looked when I boo-booed. This is how the door is supposed to look.
Yes.
But I got now 4 houses completely done.
Nice. I'm
Yes.
trimming up my flying geese now so that they're nice and perfect. Makes me happy when they're perfect.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yes, Raven, you could definitely add some tree blocks to it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so cute.
Yeah. I was trying to think because a lot of people go, "Oh, I'd love to add some trees to it," but I want to think about like what else you could add to it to make it interesting.
Well, if you ever felt like really courageous, you could applique a little gnome in there.
Yes, you could decorate the houses.
Yes. You could add in like little windows. If you do any hand embroidery, you could hand embroider like little windows or
Hmm.
little doorknobs or decorate a little wreath on the door.
True.
You could also do like a little flower garden beside of it.
You can for
Because you
sure.
could actually make like little rectangular boxes and then use floral pattern fabric, really small
Hmm.
print floral pattern fabric
Hmm.
to put on top of that box.
To make like window boxes or
Yup.
a garden.
Yup. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Laura. She said, it looks like it has a Dutch door. My grandma had one on the farm. I actually used to
Oh
have one years
yeah.
ago.
I
It
always
does look
wanted
like
one
a
of
little
those.
Dutch door. I was thinking the little person door or like a little kid's playhouse. Or it's got like that little door for the little kids to get in. You can fussy cut fabric for the house for the cat or dog. Oh, yes. We can't forget the fur babies.
No.
So guys, I am gonna be putting out some videos here soon of um of my products that I'm gonna be listing up on my Etsy shop. As I get them listed on Etsy, I will be making like a little short little video talking about the products, how to use them, as well as what they cost. And if you guys ever buy anything off of my Etsy shop, make sure you use the coupon code YouTube. And that would get you I believe it's a 10% discount off of my shop for being one of my supporters. And then if you're a member, I believe there's a coupon code on there for you too. Let me go double check really quick. Because if my paying members get 20% off when they spend $20 or more, I believe it's how I had that set up. Let me look to see where that is. Okay, so if you are getting anything off my YouTube channel, or if you're one of my YouTube viewers and you're getting anything off my Etsy shop, use the code YouTube. It'll get you 10%. And it does not look like I have one set up for my members, but I will get one set up and I will put it out for my members I'll post a thing for my members. Because I don't know why I don't have that set up in there, but I don't. Bad me. Naughty girl. Hey, Gladys. Oh, Raven says little bushes would be cute too.
That would be adorable.
See, I made a quilt out of houses and fussy cut animals and people in the doors. Awesome. That would be so cute.
I have some people in my doors too.
Raven says a barn the size of 4 blocks. Oh, yes.
Nice.
All these great ideas.
Love it.
Thank you, Michelle, for sharing her link. Anyone that would like to go and subscribe to Tracy, please do so. Tracy always has a lot of fun on her channel.
I
And
tried.
very chitty chatty. I love it.
Very chitty chatty.
Gives me someone to listen to whenever I'm working Thursday mornings.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want somebody to just get to the point, I'm not your girl. It's all good.
Oh, that's just so boring. Come on now.
I know. I agree. I want to put somebody on and just have it in the background and like listen to it and not
Yeah,
have
there's
to
a lot of
worry.
times I love listening to podcasts while I'm working because that way there
Mhm.
is just some background noise revolving around sewing or quilting.
Yeah.
Either that or I'll put on my watch later list of anyone that is just chitty chatting, not actually like a tutorial, because those I can't
Mhm.
watch while I'm working because I can't pay
Yeah.
attention enough to learn.
Yeah. You need to watch.
Yes. So I think we're gonna ahead and get ready to end it here if you don't mind, just because my tummy's grumbling, it's hungry.
Oh, time to eat.
Yeah, I haven't eaten breakfast yet, so.
Dear.
Raven says, I'm currently contemplating shoveling or just driving through it to go to the store. I say if you got a big enough vehicle, a sturdy enough vehicle, just drive through it.
Yes. I live in the land of they don't salt the roads now. It's crazy. Like you just get stuck in your house for days.
See, here they salt and it's nice because then we got clean roads to drive on, but it's also bad because it destroys our vehicles so much.
Mhm.
Like it's so hard to find a vehicle up here unless it's been stored inside of a garage
Mhm.
or not driven during the winter time. Then it's hard to find a vehicle that does not have at least a slightest little bit of rust.
Yeah.
But okay, guys, hey, John. John from Art East just popped and dude, you just came in right when I'm getting ready to go. Bye-bye. You late, you late. They stand and only salt the highway. Oh, wow. Yeah, I wish they figure out something else to use to get rid of the snow to make the roads clearer, but don't destroy our vehicles. I hate the destruction of our vehicles from it.
You'd think that they would have some sort of technology by now.
You would think so.
Well, we were supposed to have flying cars by now, so.
I know, whatever happened. John says I was shoveling snow. Holy moly. He said they got about 12 inches yesterday.
Ugh,
Yeah, we got a snowstorm coming in here today.
yeah.
Ugh. We got high winds today from like 11 a.m. until midnight tonight. The worst part is supposed to be sometime this afternoon. And then we got snow following in behind that. I'm like,
Yuck.
John, if you're sending me your snow, I don't want it. Return to sender. Send it back to who sent it to you. It wasn't me. But okie dokie, guys, I'm going to get off of here so I can go put some food in my tummy and go see the pups before I see about getting back in here to do a little bit of more work before I got to get busy outside of my room.
It was
Everybody
nice
have
hanging out with everyone.
definitely, it was so much fun hanging out with you. Thank you so much for coming on with me.
Well, thanks for inviting me. It was awfully nice of you.
Oh, definitely. And everybody, make sure you check out Tracy's videos that she puts out on April 8th, I believe she said,
Mm-hmm.
of her Back to the Basics for the collab with Donna, as well as come hang out with her on Thursdays and with me. I'm in her chats usually. Don't tell my bosses. And I will see you guys all on Wednesday. And hopefully I'll have a bots opening then. Bye, guys.